much rather have played it down the line. Generating quite ahead of steam. Taskin Ahmed at fastest of 138. Average of almost 135.
What's good to see is slips in position for Taskin Ahmed, observing that the wicket has some purchase, some bounce on offer. Also, right after the partnerships had been broken, Taskin Ahmed being brought back into the attack. Balbirnie and Harry Tector both have centuries against Zimbabwe this year, but both back in the dugout for Ireland.
Right on line, went through the line with that shot. Andrew Balbirnie, skipper, back in the hut now. Just thinking about what could have been. These are little things that now Tamim Iqbal keeps on doing. Saw him talk to Taskin before that he got that last wicket. All this zipped in. Just reading the mind of the batter. Tamim instructing him, do the needful. Sure, he's going to tell him try and bowl the offside corridor, induce an edge to slips. It's a tough ask in the middle for Ireland. 18 overs done, 76 for 5. $38 for 8. Massive total. Highest by Bangladesh in ODIs. Ireland imploding. Oh, Jack back. Was in a spot of bother there. Taskin Ahmed has been very good. He's getting the wicket of Andrew Balbirnie. So look at the trajectory of the ball. The earlier delivery came back and was a step wider, but look at the sharpness of the way it came back in. That surprised the batter and crept through. That is excellent bowling. And without deviation, you'd have actually played it. Because of that sharp deviation, got in between. Oh, catch it is the goal. Could have gone anywhere.
This is super pace bowling from Ibadat and Taskin Ahmed. Troubling the batters. Curtis Camphor pacing. Ibadat short, pacey, bounce. Was all over it on this occasion.
Yeah, Ibadat Hussain Chaudhary is loving it. Really giving us a view of the whole array of his bowling prowess. That's short. Just played it over the top. Not really timing it to nicety. Allows Fish to collect it. We get a couple of runs.
Curtis Camphor played for Chattogram Challengers in the recent edition of BPL. 45 not out in one of the matches against Fortune Borishal, and in the match versus BCB 11, 75 not out. So definitely in good touch. Also just worth mentioning, Taskin Ahmed's first 3 overs, none for 10. Last 2 overs, both of them were maidens, wicket apiece. Each of the overs, 12 balls, no runs, and 2 wickets. Brilliant.
Really enjoying it alongside another pacer making a name for himself. San Mahmood trying to bowl the Yorker. You can see it went a little wrong. Batters almost getting in each other's way. safe enough because the field was a little deep. You will see, as I mentioned, Ibadat will try his. It gives him the luxury when your opposition is 79 for 5 in the 19th over. You can just try all the different varieties in your armory. Do the variations. See, he tried the York and now he's trying the shorter delivery. Good thinking on the part of Ibadat.
Quiet run rate now, creeping up to 8.31. 5 wickets in hand, chasing a mammoth total. Bangladesh scoring 338, as you mentioned. Target of 339. Teams uphill for Ireland from here on.
Nice looking flowing shot that. They needed that. Just broken the hold the bowler's had. 4 of the last ball, 84 for 5. Very impressive bowling by the Bangladeshis. Economy rates all under 6, and look at Taskin. 5 overs, 2 for 10 with 2 maidens. Now that's rather wild. It's uncalled for at this stage of the game. It was just getting into his head.
Last ball of the previous over, just a tad bit full, and Curtis Camphor was actively on top of it on one knee. Very nicely played cover drive, and good to see was playing according to the merit of the ball. Just guilty of overcompensating Ibadat.
Gets into line, Taskin. Let's have a look at the camera work done from our drone. Just flying in from that outer ground over it, which is in the darkness now, into the main stadium here at Sylhet, all lit up victory side during the day as well as in the evening.
Some of the middle overs that Bangladesh dominated with the bat in hand from overs 11 till 40. Alan Donald having a chat with Ibadat Hussain Chaudhary, perhaps pointing out where he could make amends and make it better. Great to see a legend, of course, Alan Donald, and certainly feel a different kind of bond among the pacers in this national side now.
Throwing that bat, 2 shots that could have been easily avoided. Dockrell now being pressurized. The required run rate now 8.41, 5 wickets in hand. Something's got to give. You can understand the approach, the attitude of Camphor and Dockrell in the middle. No use dying wandering. You make an effort. Just cannot let the game meander along. I mean, Iqbal would be pretty happy with what has happened right through this match. Nicely played, threaded the needle to a nicety. It's going to be a teaser, the ball's going to win the race. Very welcome boundary for Ireland.
After 16 balls, Taskin Ahmed concedes. just full and taken advantage of it by Dockrell through extra cover for 4.
That is a delightful looking shot. Excellent. The cover drive always. By the way, Tuscan is a little annoyed with himself for pitching it up to the batter. But all credit to the batter, putting it away with a lot of class. Quick run taken. 5 of that Tuscan over. After 20, it's 89 for 5.
দেশের ভাষা কোনো দেশই বোঝে না, বুঝলেন? আর অন্য দেশের ভাষা সব দেশে আমাদের দেশ
সিলেটের কথা বুঝবেন?
হ্যাঁ,
সিলেট
ভাষা
বুঝবেন?
আপনি বুঝছেন? সিলেটের প্লেয়াররা এখানে খেলতে এসেছিল না?
Getting more and more difficult for Ireland. Wide run rate climbing to 8.33. Just continuation of pressure, bowling being accurate, fall of wickets all compounded and putting Ireland on the back foot.
Rampur beshi.
Rahman now being brought back into the attack. 10 runs in his first 2 overs. Maybe with a little older ball, he can get a more grip from the surface. Trying to bowl his cutters here. The initial spell with the new ball, definitely see him trying to bring the ball back in to the opening batters. Struggled with that because a lot of them were going down the leg side. But this is his comfort zone. The bowling is into his 3rd over. Tuscan 2 for 50.
কিসের দেশ?
But this is his
Keeping the batter on his toes for the direct hit. Tamim Iqbal just confirming, consulting with Mushfiqur Rahim and Yasir Ali behind the stumps as well. Yeah, just pitching inside. Was the back leg, of course.
pretty evident. I don't know why they went up. Bowlers always get excited whenever the ball hits the pad, whether it's in line or not. All the shouting, and suddenly they decide not to take the review. Threw his bat at that one, just past the fielder. This is a bold look now from the batters, getting some quick runs.
I think this was close. Tamim Iqbal at mid-off, I think had a very good opportunity. Full flow of the bat from George Dockrell. Oh, was fast, but passed him.
That would have been one of the most spectacular catches. It might be a good thing he didn't get a fingertip to it. Must have hurt him. Went like a rocket. Really went away from him. Oh, what a good comeback from Mustafizur Rahman. Just that extra bit of bounce from the back of a length. Just a little bit of an angle. Almost put the batter in trouble. Well, Tamim tried to stop this one. Hit pretty hard. Look at that, flying away, and kept on going away from Tamim. Just the timing of the dive, tad late. He was very happy with that and relieved more than anything else. So noticeable when you see the slip whenever Mustafa is bowling, when there's a lone slip, stands so very wide, anticipating that cutter, the angle, the natural angle to the right-hander. Yasir Rabbi would be taking a position, look, almost a third slip position he is in. Just lining up for a little bit of an edge. And if that angle is used, it would more often than not go on to that to his hands. the either side of it. Another good delivery to finish that over. 21 done. It's 93 for 5.
দেশের ইয়ে খেলা করতেছে না
Well behind here, the Irish, 93 for 5. Just that cluster of wickets that fell together. They were in a pretty good position after the first 10 overs, after the power play, after the first 15 overs. And then suddenly it all fell apart. Nasu. Back in here, the left arm spinner. 6 men. Now 5 inside the 30-yard circle. Should run quickly over those advertising boards. Do well and run well as well.
Yeah, good evening everyone. Good evening HD. Ireland in huge trouble. This game may have been ended as a contest, you'd have to think, in a blitz that saw Ireland lose 5 wickets for just 16 runs. It went horribly wrong, didn't it, after a wonderful start from Stephen Doherty and Paul Sterling. Now, there's a lot to be played for here for Ireland in the context of this tour. Were they to collapse and be rolled out for 150 or 140 all out, it could start to feel like a very long trip to Sylhet, to Chattogram, to Dhaka. If they show some fight and the depth they have to their batting attack, and particularly George Dockrell's continued evolution as a cricketer, quality batter to watch these days, there'll be hope ahead of the remaining 6 matches after this one.
You've mentioned on numerous occasions, off-air and off-air, the depth that Ireland have in their batting. And you've spoken about the top 4, and then from there on in, anyone can walk in at 5, 6 or 7. I know the modern day game is about flexibility, particularly in the shortest version, but is that not a bit of a danger with this Irish batting lineup in ODI cricket, not really knowing your role?
Yeah, I think I get the question, absolutely, but the difference between a platform of 200 for 1 chasing down a record target and the kind of situation they're in now, completely different ball game. And George Dockrell in particular, his strike rate is elevated in ODI cricket right up towards a run a ball. In recent times in T20 cricket, well up over 130, 140. He's the finisher, he's the 6 hitter. Curtis Camphor's role is a very different one. It's more of an anchor role, a safety blanket, if you will. The players adapt to that within the coach's plans. End of the 22nd, 99 for 5. Paul Sterling, definitely Ireland's best, and with it being a day nighter, just enjoying his dinner, debriefing with Gary Wilson, the assistant coach, former Irish keeper batter. There has at points in Ireland's ODI history been an over-reliance on Paul Sterling. I think there's a much greater depth now to Ireland's batting.
Wants to. Oh, might get more. will only get two. Oh, well, it's the white one, fellas.
Well, Bangladesh's fielding has been outstanding, and Ebadat Hussain has just torn that all up in a single ball. This is a bit calamitous down at fine leg. Looked like you or I down there, HD. Crawling and rolling and tumbling and just about saving the boundary.
Well, I know Alan Donald won't be happy seeing a fast bowler dive for a cricket ball. He'll be saying this is a long series. We've got 330. You can't get there, leave it.
Joking aside, the catching in particular has been outstanding. That flying leap from Mushfiqur Rahim down the leg side. I don't want to say game-changing. Bangladesh were already ahead of the game, but to get the big fish of Ireland's Paul Stirling certainly has had a huge impact in maybe how comfortable the margin of victory could be from here. For Ireland, 8.6 runs required per over. They just want to build some respectability now, and a good chance for Dockrell and Camphor to do that.
Well, you've covered the flexibility of the batting lineup. Now it's about these two and those to come. At what point do you say, well, they've got too many? There's highlights Paul Stirling and the success that he's had with Ireland. Stephen Donny's just really starting out. At what point do you surrender the match? I know that might sound difficult for our Irish viewers, and say, right, we need some time in the middle here. We need to get accustomed to this surface and these playing conditions and these bowlers.
I think it's a really good question. I know what Gary Wilson would be screaming at me right now if he was listening. He would say, keep going, keep attacking, and that's what Dockrell's tried to do, and he survives. There's been a complete change in the mindset, the philosophy of Irish cricket, not just since the appointment of Heinrich Malan as head coach, but really over the last 4 to 5 years. Went through a bit of a turgid era post Phil Simmons with John Bracewell, where we were getting blitzed away and there was heavy defeats regularly for Ireland. But now the approach, HD, is very much one of, even in situations like this, keep attacking, keep believing that you can get back into the game, because they know that they can score all the way down to number 10 at 10, 12 and over. That was probably best demonstrated at the T20 World Cup, when I think, although Ireland were reduced to something like 8 for 4, chasing 160, 170, maybe a few more than that against Australia at the Gabba, Lorcan Tucker kept going. Got it to about 30 odd off 2 overs at one point before he was dismissed, run out at the end. Growing belief amongst these young men, they just need more exposure.
Beaton has kept a little bit on the low side into the 23rd, 104 for 5.
বাংলাদেশ দিয়ে ওকে দেশে থাকে না খেলতে, ওরা ডাকলেই যাবে না।
So 3 one-day internationals here in Ceylon, and then we're off to Chattogram for the 3 T20 internationals, and then that test match in Mayapur. That's from the 4th to the 8th of April. Well, that might bring us back nicely to the question I asked you. That with it being 3 ODIs, you judged at the end of it by, do we win 2-1? And that's why I asked the question is, do you spend some time in the middle? I like the answer and I love the attitude. But it is tricky, isn't it? Because there's surely the likes of Camphor and Dockrell and Adair, those to come, would think, well, there's no net practice in the world that can give us the type of practice that we require than out here in the middle in a match situation. Yes, let's be busy, yes, let's look to attack, but there's no need for us to be silly about it.
Yeah, fully agree. And talk about conditions and how alien they are compared to Ireland. Back in Ireland, before these players got on a plane to Dhaka, I think it was -1 or -2 degrees. There was snow across the country. They were training in an indoor centre where the temperatures wouldn't have been altogether too much higher. Full-time professionals now, there's no excuses. It's not an excuse culture, but very much it's just a reality, isn't it? We're a small island in the North Atlantic. It's not 30 degrees and swelteringly hot at many points there in Dublin.
That'll be 4. Nice stroke.
Camphor has a bit to prove, I have to say. The last 6 to 9 months, maybe a little bit longer than that, outside of one innings at the T20 World Cup, he has battled a bit with his form. Got off to a flying start in his international career when he came straight in, having barely even played any cricket in Ireland, into the squad to play against England in those first 3 games in the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup Super League in Southampton. Side edge, I think here, given no. 2 noises in my ear, and Camphor has a look. George Dockrell hasn't reviewed initially, so maybe no bat involved. He will take a look though.
TV umpire to director, we have a player review for LBW. On-field decision is out. I've checked the front foot, it's a fair delivery. Can I have a look at the front on camera?
Sure. Stand by, yellow.
ওই কিন্তু দেয় না
Rock and roll it for me, please. Your ball passes very close to the bat.
ব্যাটার লাগলে আউট হলো না
Can I have a look at the outer edge if there is any bat involved?
দিই তো লাগছে
Roll it once again for me. Yep. Yeah, do you have anything from the leg side, the right side screen?
Stand by, I'll check.
ব্যাটটা চাইলে কি আপনি না
Stand by.
Yes, standing by.
ওগুলো একটা ক্যাবের দাম কত তাহলে তখন ভাই সাকিব ভাই একটা ক্যাব দেন দিল হয় বিক্রি
Street building.
Rodney, stand by. Waiting for some other angles.
Stand by.
Yep, standing by.
And wipe to walk.
হেলমেট আগে থেকে খুলে না
Walk 2.
Rolling. Roll back. I think the previous one was better.
এই মোবাইলের দাম কত
Stand
If
by.
you-
We'll get
yeah.
this one.
কোন 10,000 কয় জিবি র্যাম এটা
You ready? Just give us a second.
ফিঙ্গার নাই এটা কি মোবাইল তৈরি হয়েছে
Yeah, standing by. Keep rolling. Yes, I can see there is a gap at the left side screen. So satisfied that the ball has not hit the bat. Can I have ball tracking whenever it is ready, please?
Freeze and through to the ME and go.
Original decision is out.
আধা ঘন্টা হিসেবে
Decision out.
Pitching in line, impact in line, wickets hitting. Rod, you will be staying with your original decision of out. You are on screen, make the signal.
So umpire Rod Tucker gets that one spot on. The two noises that we heard was probably Curtis Comfort just striking the inside of his left pad, but it misses the inside edge, and Curtis Comfort has been adjudged LBW off the bowling of Nasu. So he goes for 16, Ireland 109 for 6.
হাঁটতে শেষ করতে পারে না
Delaney, the new man.
Yeah, I think the two noises we heard, you were spot on, HD, weren't you? It's just the bottom edge of Camphor's bat hitting his pad, and then he's trying to hold the shape afterwards, but Rod Tucker spot on the money. Just as a small partnership was building, something of substance, 33 runs, disappears.
Good boy. What's happening here, boys? Turn and bounce, turn and bounce, boy.
Successful over comes to an end. 109 for 6. Good start for the Irish, but then it just fell away badly. They'll take their lessons from the
ক্লোজ আপ 12 ঘন্টা পর্যন্ত সতেজ নিঃশ্বাস এগিয়ে যাবার এই জার্নিতে আপনাদের জন্যই আমাদের সব
It's the brilliance of Mustafizer, isn't it? The difficulty of picking up his timing, the subtle cues. That's just a cross-seamer. Wasn't a cutter, I don't think. Maybe just a fingertip. Such is the quality of Bangladesh's performance being tonight, though. You wouldn't have been surprised if it stuck.
so difficult. I mean, as a left armer, he's going in one direction and then he needs to change direction when his momentum is going towards the leg side of the right-hander. An effort. Delaney now on strike. Around the wicket, Mustafizur Rahman. So you talk about the difficulties that Ireland face, particularly during the winter time, and the lack of quality facilities. I think to the Bangladesh Premier League that was held here just a couple of weeks ago, and the likes of Camphor playing here, and the captain Andy Baldurni. Maybe with so many of these T20 tournaments cropping up around the world now, more associate players will get opportunities to play away from home more often against real quality internationals. We've almost seen the growth of what the IPL has done for Indian cricket. Not that it's ever been small, I mean, it's always been big, but the depth that it's created of quality, could that assist associate cricket? And I know that Ireland are not an associate nation. Bear with me.
Glad you said that. Not for my sake. I don't mind, HT. Just I can already see the tweets coming in from back in Ireland. What does that Ackerman think? Ireland a test nation these days. But yeah, it has been good for democratising the sport in many ways. Also the proliferation of them. The number of T20 leagues. We saw in January 4 of them running at the same time. The Big Bash, highly successful Bangladesh Premier League here, an inaugural SA20 and the new ILT20 in the UAE. Lorcan Tucker and Paul Sterling were there in the UAE. Paul Sterling had such a good IL20, he was then jetted down to the SA20 after that. And he's been the flag bearer for Irish cricket. But what it has given an opportunity for the Irish players is a chance to experience different conditions and learn from players that are better than them. And also fly the flag for Irish cricket around the world. And no better ambassador than Paul Sterling that we've had, but I think we'll see more and more from Harry Tector in years to come. Saw him in the Caribbean Premier League this year, and because of the number of these leagues, there are opportunities, and those opportunities are growing. And even a selfie or two with Paul Sterling in the background.
I certainly wasn't alluding to Ireland being an associate nation. But thank you for attempting to dig me out of that situation. That'll be a wide. But I just think Ireland over the last few years, yes, it's getting better, seeing test matches going to be played against Sri Lanka, which is wonderful, but I've often sort of had to play against Afghanistan, number of ODIs, number of T20s. Now it looks like Bangladesh are going to be the side that Ireland are going to play against. I think what I was getting to is that they get to play against a lot of other players, quality players from other nations.
That's where the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup Super League has been so brilliant. For Ireland, for Zimbabwe, for the Netherlands in particular. That's why it's a great shame, in my opinion, that it's going to disappear after just one edition. Halfway through the chase, Ireland in huge trouble. 1-1-3 for 6.
So it doesn't look so bad there. The problem is the wickets column. 12 runs between them at this similar stage, but the acceleration was tremendous. A lot of the accolades will go to Shakib Al Hasan and Howard Ridoy on debut, but Mushfiqur Rahim, his innings, unbelievable.
That is a beautiful stroke, and I think the shot of the innings, I'm going to call it, from Ireland's sake. He loves hitting straight down the ground. He's very technically correct, and look at how stacked he is. The muscle he's added, timed beautifully.
Well, I actually thought he had just nudged this down the ground for one. And the next minute, it hit the boundary fence. Was a good shot. I'm sure for the duration, well, the rest of his career now, George Docker will find himself further up the order than what he did at the beginning.
There's a lot of Irish fans who would like to see him up at number 5. It's batted everywhere from number 5 all the way down to number 11. A lot of his career at number 11. He was just a left arm spinner. When he lost his Cricket Ireland contract and he lost all of his form with his bowling, he analysed the game and he said, the only way I'm getting back into this Irish side is as a power hitter down the order. As a consequence, look at the muscle mass he's put on. Added 12 to 15 kilograms in weight, bulked up in the gym. Great credit to the commitment he's shown to his game. He's a very bright man as well. He's a degree in science from Trinity College Dublin in Ireland. He's a real thinker of the game, a real student.
Well, he did make his debut at 17? There's not much muscle mass on at 17. And normally when you're a young man that's making your debut, they just shove you at number 11, don't they? Oh, he's 17, he can bat 11.
7 and 8 here, boys.
Oh, that looks out. That looks out. Yes, given. Now just one review remains. Do Ireland take it?
Well, you sensed this was coming. Gareth Delaney looked all at sea against the left arm spin. The timer is ticking down. Their Leinster Cricket Club teammates back in Dublin, or certainly formerly. And George Dockrell says to Gareth Delaney, off you go. That's as plumb as they come. Let's keep our one review back for somebody else. Delaney's battles and struggles in ODI cricket continue. Look at this, as you said, HD. My finger was up. It's as plumb as they come, and a good decision not to review. It would have probably been 3 reds. Rod Tucker took his time, and the finger went up. As Naseem Ahmed has his second. Delaney's gone for 118 for 7.
Bowled well. Went for under 5 to the over. Andy McBride. A very, very handy off spinner. He's going to have to be better than handy batter here. Average of just under 20. Plenty of overs to bat. Clipping leg stump, I feel, this LBW.
Andy McBride in next. I think probably going to go on and smash leg stump, let's see. Yeah, straight into it. Good decision from Tucker. Andy McBride spent quite a bit of 2021 and a little bit of 2022 batting at number 3 for Ireland. Here he is now at number 9. Bangladesh think they have him from the very first delivery. We might be going upstairs. We are indeed. DRS time again.
Caught behind. On-field decision is not out. I've checked the front foot. It's a fair delivery. Can I have front on camera angle, please? Ball appears to be passing the bat clearly. I would like to have a look at the ultra edge if the bat ball has touches the gloves or not. Ultra edge, please.
As soon as it's ready, I'll give it to you.
Yes. Standing by.
आगे नहीं कोई टास्क ही नहीं गिलास में टास्क
Flat line. Just freeze the replay as the ball is next to the glove. Satisfied. The ball has made contact with the gloves. Rod, I recommend you to change your decision from not out to
Well, that decision will have to be changed. Umpire Rod Tucker raises his finger. It was only a slight edge just off the glove. And Bangladesh, they have their 8th. What a lovely bit of work by Mushfiqur Rahim again. Andrew McBride goes without scoring. 118 for 8. So Mark Adair is the new man, but he won't be on strike because that wicket fell off the last ball of the previous over. He does have a first-class 100 to his name. A list A 100, excuse me. Got time to get one here. This one would be an international. Dockrell on strike.
That's the kind of almost ludicrous thing about the Irish batting lineup. Adair could well bat for 20 overs. Feel for Andy McBride here. Strangled down the leg side, but Mushfiqur Rahim's glove work this evening has been not just world class, some of the best I have ever seen. We so often forget about our wicket keepers. One of the first things I was told going through my coaching badges up to level 3 was love your keepers. They don't get enough attention. They really should. He is having a magnificent evening. Cricket is a game of such small margins. He puts down that chance off Paul Sterling, it could be a completely different game. Instead, Bangladesh are rampant and all over the Irish.
Having a great night. Not only with the bat, but as you've mentioned, he's taken everything that's come his way. Absolutely everything. It's also the energy that he provides the team. He's constantly geeing his side on, getting fielders to make sure that fielders have plenty of energy. Bangladesh have actually been very good, haven't they? Even here where you feel the game is close to being done, they're still diving around, saving ones.
To me, simply a case of one side that is in phenomenal form because they're playing so much cricket. Bangladesh Premier League, series against India, series against England, the Banglawash in the shortest format, T20I format completed at the Sherry Bangla versus a side maybe somewhat coming out of their slumber, coming out of their winter. Ireland are better than we have seen today, even shorn of the bowling resources that they have been. Much better. And hopefully we'll see how much better they are throughout this series. But Bangladesh are in red hot form. I said a few times earlier, they're laying a marker. They're making a statement, having come off big win over the world champions. This tour could be a long one for Ireland if Bangladesh keep playing like this.
Burst through the hands, but it was on the bounce. You talk about form, but it's been it's the belief as well. We've been chatting a little bit about Mushfiqur Rahim. What about this for an evening of catching?
First one of Shakib Al Hassan, the 18th time in ODI cricket. That was the first wicket to fall, but this is the one. Unbelievable. Leaping like a hawk, like a kite, like a salmon. And good sharp glove work. You can't be a keeper for Bangladesh without being...
good stroke to end the 27th. Runs for Dockrell, 126 for 8.
ওই আলো ভালো খেলতেছে ওই আমার
আজকে কয়টা ক্যাচ ধরছেন সময় 5টা
আকবর কই দিস সমস্যা আকবর আকবর তো নাই
126 for 8. Decent start there from the new man. Doheny, I say new man, he's into his third one-day international, but he certainly looks as though he's got something to offer Irish cricket. Technically, he looked sound. When he needed to accelerate, he looked as though he could do that as well, so they might be onto something there, your boys.
30s are no good though, not at this level. Chase a total like this. Really need at least one batter to get a century, or maybe 2 or 3 to get 60, 70 plus. This passenger play for me is going to be interesting because Mark Adair, A, hits a big ball, and B, tends to bat only really one way, which is to have a go. What's his approach going to be?
Pace taken off there, he bowled that really slowly, Nasim. Well, I know many will say hindsight is a wonderful thing, and yes it is, but I still feel winning the toss here in Bangladesh and having a bat first, taking the pressure off your batters. I know many will point to the Irish bowling attack as not being at its strongest, but you go and get 300 and your bowling attack suddenly has pressure on its side, whereas I just think 330 is a real tough one against this team.
Much of Ireland's success in this format has been built upon chasing, and it's tended to be chases of big totals. Beating South Africa, chasing down a big total. Beating England at the Rose Bowl, third and final game of the Super League. Chasing down over 300. It's going to be 4. Dockrell gets it quite nicely. A little bit off the inside edge, not out of the middle, but he continues to excel, and Ireland continue to attack.
The only problem with those big chases is they are probably in conditions similar to what Ireland has at home. When the ball just holds a little bit, it's not easy. It's not easy. They'll get better at it the more they play. That there is little doubt.
Good Nazum. Home for you, nice. Come
Certainly.
Hit those lane, boy.
There's someone who would have enjoyed the conditions here. Maybe my favourite left-arm spinner to bowl of all time, Rangana Herath. Just imagine the wisdom he's passing on to this hugely talented crop of spinners from Bangladesh.
Brilliant bowler. Such prophetic words that he mentioned this morning. He wanted spinners to get tested. He didn't feel they were tested in facilities were too much in their favour. He wanted something where there wasn't as much turn. Because when they get to India, it probably will not turn as much as what we saw in Mirpur against England. Briefer for Nassau. That'll end Nassum's 7th. He will stay on 3 for 36. 28 overs gone, 133 for 8.
কাপড়ের জন্য বেশি হয়েছে ওই জায়গায় সব জায়গায় একটা করে বোঝা আছে এই জায়গায় আছে সব যদি এক জায়গায় আছে তাহলে সাবও কম না নিচেরটা দেন একজনে টিপা দিতেছে দেখবেন
খাচ্ছে বিরতি বিরতি
250 বার রান হলো 133 রান আর উইকেট হলো কত শুনবেন এই যে উইকেট 8টা এই ম্যাচ জিতে টার্গেটের কথা
The 60 was the opening partnership between Dhani and Sterling, and then Shakib Al Hassan broke that opening partnership, and they've not looked back from there at all. Bangladesh 133 for 8 now. Nasum has been brilliant, 3 for 36. Couple of wickets to Taskin. I thought Taskin was pick of the bowlers. He bowled quick. The wicket, that's the first one I was talking about. Very good catch. Just trying to dab it towards third man area with a little bit quicker. This was a good one. It's spectacular catch of the bowling of Ibadat. He was very good behind the stumps. He missed nothing. And that missed the bat and the pad. Went through the defences. Lovely delivery, a lovely catch. It's the way they have handled themselves in terms of not only bowling but also in terms of fielding. They've been excellent. Nasir Ahmed getting his act together. Couple of quick wickets for him. They hardly put a foot wrong. That's another very good catch by Mushfiqur Rahim. Down the leg side, never easy, unsighted. 338 posted the highest ever total for Bangladesh in one-day international. Couple of 90s, Shakib Al Hassan, and what about Tawhid Ridoy on debut, smashes his way, just misses the 100 by 8 runs. Oh, that's a shot. That is a very good shot. That is a cracking drive through the covers for a boundary. It's been Bangladesh all the way. Good evening, Shamunnoy.
Very good evening, Atar bhai. Welcome back from George Dockrell. It was full in the mark. Margin for error very low, not so full, but a cracking stroke from him for 4 runs.
Yeah, he has not featured in the bowling at all, left-arm spinner. But as we heard Andrew Leonard earlier on, he's worked on his batting. He's been a player who's scores runs quickly again, and his strike rate is 90, 36 of 40. But he needed some support, nothing much from the rest. 60 for no loss at one stage, and now 18 for 8. Would you believe that? Yeah. Just having a closer look. Is this above the waist high? Ibadat has been impressive. 2 for 33. He's not afraid to pitch it a bit short. This time it's been called a wide.
Bharat seemed to be a bit surprised. I think first couple of deliveries in this over, he was trying hard to bend his back and looking for the block hole, trying to bowl Yorkers to get the wicket, but missing out.
From 60 for no loss to 76 for 5 in no time. That's where they lost the plot. Losing one wicket after another. I thought the Bangladesh bowlers were very, very good in that, especially in that period, when they managed to pick up those 6 wickets so quickly, and they came back strongly with same score of 118. They picked up 2 more. That really broke the back of the Ireland batting team.
Yes, you wanted to have a good start, but then you want to see someone, once they give you a good start, continue to bat deeper. They needed someone from the top order to pick up 100. But if they keep on losing wickets like that, then it's so difficult. It is so difficult for any opposition to come back in the game.
Full credit to Bangladesh. As you said, they got the start. 60 for no loss. And losing the first wicket in the 12th over, losing another wicket in the 13th over, and losing the third wicket in the 15th, and the fourth in the 16th. So back-to-back wickets. It never helps when you're losing wickets in regular intervals.
A splash through the wide of the fielder at mid-off. Another boundary as is this time is from the bat of Adair.
Marketer again, just a bit full leg delivery, making room for himself, and only had to beat the fielder at mid-off. Tamim Iqbal was away from him, well placed, and used Ibadat's space, bowling at 140. Used that against him. Move on to 144 Ireland. I think it's about time Shakib Al Hasan is brought back into the attack. Has bowled 4 overs, 1 for 23. Need to finish off the game. Put the nail in the coffin.
Taken. Ibadat picks up another one. It's a short one. Quick. And he gets an outside edge. He went for the pull, but straight to the keeper. Mushfiqur picks another catch. Wicket of the last ball of the over from Ibadat Hussain. 9 down for 144.
It was short and cramped the batsman up. Marketer following him with that pace, 142. Mushfiqur doesn't make a mistake, picks his 5th catch. Adair goes for 13, Ireland 144 for 9.
Graham Hume, the last batter from Ireland. There's been pace, some serious pace from Taskin Ahmed and Ibadat Hussain. Really rocked the batting lineup, the middle order being cleaned up. Out of the 9 wickets so far, 5 going to the seamers, 4 to spinners. Nasum was excellent also, 3 for 36. He's in the attack in search of his 4th wicket here. What a performance this has been from Bangladesh. They've played like tigers. Straight away in the air. Will be cut off by Tamim Iqbal at long on. Hume is here because of this. They play
Record of 5 most catches by a Bangladeshi wicketkeeper in an ODI, which is 5. Got 5 in this match. A slip in place for Graham Hume alongside Mushfiqur Rahim. Graham Hume earlier with the ball in hand took a 4 for.
Yeah, Mushfiqur Rahim just equals his own record. Most catches by Bangladesh wicketkeeper in an ODI. Previous was against India in 2015. But what a wonderful feeling that is for any wicketkeeper. Remember, he made a good statement with the bat. He quick fire 44 of just 26 deliveries with 3 4s and 3 6s. He's put in an all-round performance. Picked up a 70 plus against the world champions England in the last one-day international, and he's continued with the same kind of form with the bat. Very good, very impressive behind the stumps. And remember, it was Chandika Hathurasinghe, the newly appointed head coach of Bangladesh from Sri Lanka, wanted them to play on a surface which offers bounce and pace.
Testing his troops on these kind of surfaces.
Not just the bowlers, but also the batters. And the one who really impressed me, apart from Shakib Al Hasan, was Tauhid Hridoy, making his debut and playing some glorious shots, some fearless cricket. It's exactly what we saw when he came to bat in the Bangladesh Premier League, and he's continued to play in. Not just the bowlers, but also the batters. Nicely bowled, but it was that total. And those wickets after that good opening partnership taking the game away from Ireland.
It was a dream debut for Tauhid Hridoy. 92 of 85, becoming this time all straight, flat. Oh, what an effort from Liton Das, running to his right and diving full length. But missed opportunity, ends the over with the boundary. 8 of the over, Ireland 152 for 9.
আরে জিততে পারবো কি এমনি যেতে কতক্ষণ ধরে রাখতো
জিততে পারে না বাংলাদেশ 205
কত করছে
338 রান করছে
জানি এরা কত করছে
এরা কেবল 52 করছে
এরা 152
ওভার
ওভার 30
কি এক উইকেট ধরছে রে উইকেট হয়ে গেছে
This stage Bangladesh were 155 for 3.
এটাই
The best ever score for Bangladesh without 100. Has been a team effort. After that Mushfiq 44 was also a crucial one to get them across, putting up their highest ever total in one-day internationals. Right, Ibadat wants to finish it off here. Also lovely Yorker, but it just missed the stump. It just touch wide, but Liton Kumar Das could have had an opportunity to pull off a stunner.
Yeah, it was hit straight. Was coming to his right. Through the hands, in the follow through. Never easy.
And remember, he keeps the wicket also, so very good effort. Excellent effort from Liton Kumar Das. He had to dive full length to his right to go and at least reach for it, and he did that. Just couldn't hold on to it. But it has been a wonderful performance from the Tigers. They look in a different frame of mind, don't they? Another look. Looked to be in control. Oh, that could have easily chopped onto the stumps.
Yeah, as we just mentioned, Tauhid Hridoy going up right at the top, 92 of 85, the most runs for a Bangladesh debut. In ODIs, of course. Adat with 3 for 40. Sharp, you can see that zip inside edge. Of course, clearly, Mission World Cup 2023, India is on. Still a fair amount of time to go. but certainly with Chandika Singh back, Tamim Iqbal and company, the team to be on the right track.
Everything just seems to fall in the right places. Just slower delivery.
আর গেছে আরে কোনে পড়ছে গ্যাপে বল ধরতে পারে না রে
He was lucky because that could have gone straight into the hands of Tamim Iqbal. He could just got enough on the bat.
Ireland dugout, 584, just 1 wicket in hand. But kudos to George Dockrell against the odds, scoring 45 and 46. Standing tall against the Tigers in a ground with 100% record for Bangladesh, Sylhet International Cricket Stadium.
গেছে
Full and straight. Hits the timber.
শেষ খেলা শেষ
Ibadat goes on to pick up his third wicket. Beg your pardon, fourth wicket. And cleans up Ireland for 155. Good effort from Dockrell.
Against the Tigers.
Off by 183 runs.
This is a magnificent performance. What a delivery from Ibadat Hussain Chaudhary. Right in the block hole with pace. 142 kilometers per hour. And gets the better of the batsman. Cleans him up. The leg stump disrupted. Dockrell, well, he's bowled out for 45. And aren't they happy, Bangladesh? Winning the match by 183 runs, massive margin, and Adabhai retaining the 100% record at this stadium in this city.
Yeah, it is also the biggest win in ODIs for Bangladesh. They're both in the highest total in ODIs, and they ended up bowling out Ireland for 155. It gives them the biggest margin, win margin in ODIs by 183 runs. That is absolutely beautiful to watch. Tamim Iqbal and company will be very pleased and happy to knock Ireland for just 155, and would you believe it, in 13.5 overs. Unbelievable.
Tiger, Royal Bengal Tiger.
Another 19 more overs, 19.1 balls.
বাঘের সাথে কি পাঙ্গা লইব সে তো শেষ খতম খেল খতম
Finally finished off, picking up 10 wickets. Incredible. That's the seamers who've done the damage. 4 for 42 from Ibadat Hussain. I thought Taskin was very good, 2 for 15 of 6 overs. And also Nasum and Shakib picking up wickets. What a performance. What a brilliant performance this is. Bangladesh dominating Ireland in the first of the 3-match series. There you go, confirmation. Bangladesh biggest wins in ODIs, and this is the one. Margin of 183 runs against Ireland and Sylhet. Wow, what a win. 169 was against Zimbabwe, was the previous, which was also at the same venue. Right. Ireland, the only thing coming of note was right at the back end, where Dockrell made 45, but the opening partnership suggested that they had enough in the tank. Didn't really work out. Kept on losing wickets and then just managed to score 155 in 30.5 overs.
Is the partnership you mentioned at the very start, 60 of 71 and then 33 of 39 between Curtis Camphor and Dockrell, and finally Mark Adair and Dockrell putting up 26 of 19. That made the difference, but not really enough to fight and bring up a total of 300 plus, which of course Bangladesh put up in the first innings, 338. But this was brilliant bowling from Taskin, Ibadat, Shakib and Nasum. Of course, Taskin was the peak of the bowlers, 2 for 15 off 6. There was a period where he got 2 wicket maidens, and then Ibadat and Shakib getting the breakthroughs. Look at that figure from Ibadat, 4 for 42 off 6.5. This was massive, a massive statement from Bangladesh with both the bat and ball in hand.
Yeah, incredible win for Bangladesh. One-sided affair, total domination. It was Danny and Sterling who came on to open the innings and they played some glorious shots, took their time.
Where he got 2 wicket maidens and then Ibadat and Shakib getting the break.
Sending back Sterling, creating a wide delivery. It was a beauty from Pascal but going to the defenders. With the skipper, and what about this catch from Yasser Ali? Good shots through the covers, but Nasum had different plans.
Yeah, he was brought on again later on to get the wickets and he did the job so very well, Nasum Ahmed.
আরেকটা জিতলে তো এমনি খেলা শেষ। তাই তো আশা যাবে। আরেকটা জিতলে তাই না, 3 জিতলেও আশা। সেই একটা যদি জিতে তারপরে তো খেলা বাংলাদেশ এমনি জিতবে। একটা যদি জিতে তাহলে সিরিজ পাবে। টপিক। আর 3 জিতলে ওয়াশ। 3 জিতলে ওয়াশ, বাংলা ওয়াশ হইবে। এরপরে কারা? খেলা নেই। এই আইল্যান্ডের পরে কারা আছে? আইল্যান্ড পরে দেই নাই।
Best figures in ODIs, then clean.
Winning by 183 runs. Right, time for us to go and join Shamim Chaudhary for the presentation.
Thank you very much and welcome to the presentation ceremony of this, the first.
Pakistan में की अवस्था है मेरा लाइव ना तो
Just held it straight a bit because the ball was a slow one and he's dispatched that to mid-wicket. And now Fakhr's ticking. Now he's back into the rhythm of things. The slow one and he picked it out of the hand and his go-to.
Yes sir. It is South Africa.
Over the top and hard. Right out of the middle. That is a wonderful shot again from Nicholas.
किसी तरह ये क्रिकेट लाइव है वही से स्पोर्ट्स